You've heard the saying, go hard or go home, right? Well, I used to be hard going home. Yeah, let that sink in for a moment. So you see, it was in a time where the Marco Conscience, Vibes Cartel, and the whole dancehall community was really setting a wave. So you see, there was nothing trendier than the girl them letting a real Batman back us upon it, you know what I'm saying? When I look back at you, I mean that doggy style, push it in like, go far, go far, go far, go far, XO, you know what I'm saying? And because of that, you could have found 17 boys going home with boners looking like the Flipstones. Get it? Because Flipstones and Stone Age period, bones were used in the... Skia, I can crack better jokes. Niliamuka kichwa ikiniuma, so your output ndo ngumu. Yes, neza crack better jokes. Skia. So this sacred activity that used to get all of us had used to happen Friday every evening after class, in class, and behind the generator. It was a day where boys turned into men. A day where underage men bond in sweat and erectile bonification. A day where underage men not only unite with the nyash of underage girls, but also with the minds of fellow underage men. We called it Kushobo. The best time for me to actually shobo was after exams. You know, after social studies and everybody's playing Animal Kingdom, you know, Tick Tick 1, you've played it, you know it. Me, Deng, Lister, we were not playing. We had better things to do. We were waiting for Deng to make the first altercation to spark an outbreak. Deng would walk up to Shorty, get close to his ears and be like, I'm sorry, little one. And then bam, pow, pow. Before you know it, Shorty's face is pressed against the table. Shh. Tanga 1 to Tanga 2. Crouch on Nyash. I repeat, crouch on Nyash. Tanga 2 to Tanga 1. I copy loud and clear. And Lister would let out a loud war cry. Kaka! Kaka! And that sound right there would alert the boys that it's time for a mass feasting of shodo, and the boys would act like government sleeping cells that have been gone for a long time and have been living normal life, but now they are needed for a very special mission. At this point, everybody is shodoing, sindio? And I know what you're thinking. This was unconsensual, that we just went on top of the girls without asking for their permission. Well, let me tell you something. It was hard to know, okay? It was a 50-50 thing. Because you see the girls' heads were pressed on the table and they're like, no, stop. Oh God, big prrr. Like you're so strong though. Facts no winner. We should totally get ice cream after this. And the funny thing about all this show though was that none of us had ever nutted before. You know, this is primary I'm talking about, right? So none of us had ever nutted before. We had had stories about the great beyond, a land beyond the boning kingdom called Climax, but we lacked the facilities and the experience to get there. So our activity only reached the boning kingdom. But one day, the same fate that chose Moana to retrieve this rock thingy to this mountain thingy also chose me to be the first of my yearbook 2015 to experience the great beyond. It was a sunny day. All seemed normal. I do not recall there being a problem on that day. Exams had ended and it was shodo time. Everything was in place for this year's festival. And this year, it was special. You see, in the shodo rule book, a new female transfer student was exempted from shodo duties in her first academic term. And in the following term, she would be slowly ushered into her duties by the top-rated shodo council member, Tanga 1, which was me. This term transfer student was an Ethiopian Mona Lisa looking fine, voluptuous piece of light-skinned pie. And she was a woman of culture, an open-minded woman who embraced the culture with open arms. You know what they say? When you go to Rome, you get yourself some good Roman. Boy, if I tell you those hips was something else, you will not believe me. Eh? I rubbed my pit bull on those cheeks like Aladdin did with the genie spot 7 times. And for sure, this genie of mine was about to shoot out. My toes curled up.